to the Guitar Hour. Sorry we're a little bit late.
Yeah, it's my fault, guys.
It's not Bronzy's fault.
I literally ran in, sat down, plugged in, and here we are.
He's literally arrived about 30 seconds ago.
There you go.
Look how fresh he looks.
He's the singer equivalent of the guitar.
Such a diva. That's
And
it.
he
I just made him wait.
He expects to get paid more
I actually
money as
could have
well.
been here about 2 hours ago, but I just thought, you know,
What? You didn't tell us that.
let's make him stress.
Were you in your hammock?
No, I was not in my hammock halfway up a mountain. Yeah,
Who
no, I was,
suggested? I can't remember who suggested that. Anyway, welcome guys. Episode 4.
Full
Four.
show.
I think it's like episode 6, but 4 officially.
back in the sweat cavern. Last week we were in the vintage wardrobe.
Should we do an experiment? Guys, we've got a fan going. I'm gonna turn it up on full, and let us know if it's too loud, and then we'll just go. Sorry, tough. Let's see what happens. I reckon that's probably going to be a little bit loud, but we'll see. Thank God no one has short shorts.
I nearly put my Speedos in.
BB's got some budgie smugglers. He'll wear them next week.
Banana hammock.
Oh, everyone's saying the
so
audio's
close.
left panned. Sound only coming through the left channel.
1 2 1 2. It is indeed. You are correct, everybody.
Well done, chat.
Well
Should
done,
be coming
1
through
2.
both channels now. 1 2. Oh no, hang on. Have I got a dodgy cable?
Oh.
1 2 1 2. I have got a dodgy cable.
All right, just bear with us.
1 2 1 2. How's that, guys?
To the left, to the right.
1 2 1 2. That should be coming through both channels now.
Loving the telly.
Tell them
Show
about
them
that
the
telly.
telly.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, this is actually my kind of, what do they call it? Your number one? Is that what you say?
Yeah.
This is my first wife.
His first wife.
I love this grain that looks kind
Patination.
of F-hole like.
Turn it
Yes.
around. Have you got F-holes as well?
Sort
Oh,
of.
yeah, right, yeah. Like
Sort
my,
of.
like my original
Like
one.
yours, but a little bit better.
Yeah, whatever.
Dan always does that with the
This is,
Fibonacci
well,
guitar.
this is, BB's like it's the next generation of that now.
Guys,
What
while
thought
Dan's
is-
talking, let us know if that fan's too loud.
Yeah.
So this is my first Fibonacci. I have three.
Three,
Yeah,
yeah.
three now.
Why don't you
not for
explain-
long. When did I can't remember when I got this.
Oh, 4 years ago?
I can
3
tell
4 years
you.
ago?
Here we go.
You got it.
2014.
Yep.
So about 3 years ago. So explain what you did to yours to make it better than mine.
It's got these like custom, what do they call it? Comfort cuts. Is that right?
It's a drop.
So
on
there's-
it.
Danny Craig says it looks F-hole like an F-hole.
So it's got. You can't really see, but there's like a
Shut
little
up, Simmons.
Is that a drop?
Is that a
Top
drop
of the
drop
collar?
top. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Is
drop
that-
top,
is
yeah.
that
And then
what
there's
it
like
is?
the little belly cut on the back for
That's the sexy bit.
if I want to get old. It's
Oh,
like
does
Like
it not-
me.
Does a normal telly not have that and that then?
No,
Nope.
No.
Ah.
Normal
like
telly is
wood.
just a
It's just
A block of wood.
it's a man's guitar.
Man.
It's not a fat man's guitar, though.
Yeah.
That's a fat
That's a
man's
fancy.
guitar.
Oh, and it's got like a comfort cut
What have you
there.
done to the heel?
Well, that's
Well
the
done
heel
to
of
it.
all of them.
What do you mean?
Like-
Do you mean this?
Yeah.
Oh, the plate's just that's
Just play it, mate.
sweating
We're out on
great.
the road.
How many?
What do you play it there for?
Smith, yeah. Smith,
know.
how many gigs a year do you do? Like 200 or something?
No, it's not. It's not anywhere near that. No.
2?
I think it used
Somewhere
to be
between 2 and
top.
200.
No, top end was like.
Oh, that's a dig.
Hey!
Those TQ signature pickups sound amazing.
How do you know that? Who you been talking to? Gig wise, probably a top end like 150.
How dare
maybe.
you?
150.
Yeah, that's full whack though. This year's been a bit lax because we've changed some like VAT stuff and that. But
All right.
I was actually I was thinking about trying to calculate how many gigs I've done on this guitar.
Go on. Have you got any
I don't
idea?
actually know.
Have you worn
So
away?
right, I'll tell you what. I've played this in the band for the last 3 years, probably the last 2.5 years.
So probably
And
300-400
if you-
gigs.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's really nice
But
to
not
try
all
that.
on that guitar.
I only use this guitar for
do
20
you?
minus gigs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you used the
The Rahan.
yeah as well.
I've used that for like a little trio gig, but just because it's
Oh yeah.
it's a bit of a rowdy
yeah.
show, and you stood next to
Oh, why am
Pete
I
who's
not
like
plugged in?
spinning his double bass and stuff, and that is it's not really the guitar to be getting smacked into with a double bass. Is
No, the Carina as well. So yeah, is that what you're saying? It's just going to get wrecked by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael Norris wants to know what you're doing up on the high frets. There's no money.
That's
up
what I
there.
mean. What's he doing?
Yeah, no money.
I don't know. Maybe it's just
I
right.
disagree. Yeah, I disagree. I spend all my time sort of in between there and there. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I really play up there. Strange.
Apparently the fan's fine, by the way, guys. So that's good to know.
Oh, good news.
Yeah, mahogany body, I believe.
Yeah, that's unusual for a telly.
Yeah.
We've talked gear for the first 10 minutes of the guitar.
I've taught
Oh,
gear.
let's move on. Let's
going
move on.
on?
Let's move on.
Right, let's do the news.
People bell.
What are we drinking, chaps?
Strings on it.
Drinking. Oh, so
It's alright.
Yeah, just cut Smith off. It's
Shut
going.
down.
It's getting
I thought
too
you said-
geeky.
I thought you
Guitar
said that was
shapes.
enough.
Let's move on.
Let's moving on.
sorry, Dan. I really
There's more
thought
important
you
things than
finished.
guitar. Beer.
Nobody watches the Guitar Hour is interested in
It's
guitars.
the beer
But
hour.
they are interested in beer.
TBH.
Yeah, let's see we go. I
So
don't,
how do you pronounce this?
Nogneo.
Nognet, is that officially how you pronounce it?
isn't the line through no pronounces an
No,
ooh?
no.
Where's it from? Is there anyone in the
Nugna
chat
ooh.
from where it's from?
I think that's
Nugne
right.
ooh.
Nugnet ooh.
Where's it from?
Norway.
Does anyone know Norwegian? Is there any Norway
I do,
farers?
I know some Norwegian. Nugnet ooh.
There you go. Nice.
I do know some Norwegian actually, hold on a second. I used to live with Norwegians and now I can't remember any Norwegian at all. It'll come back to me.
There you go.
So I've got their pale ale, which is 6%, and it's just called pale ale. Ooh,
I-
ooh.
Same as Tom.
Me and Bronzy have got the Saison. Saison.
That sounds French.
That
I think
Norwegian.
it
Sure you're
is.
pronouncing that
I
right.
think is it season?
So
Is
what-
it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're
I have a
usually
confession.
Saison. I don't think they're
Oh.
usually this
Oh,
strong.
there we go. We've got someone in the chat from Norway.
Right.
How
So
do we
how do we-
pronounce this?
How's he going to say that on the chat?
Phonetically.
Oh,
Oh no. How do we pronounce that? Nugnet ooh.
N0
Vertebra.
GNE0.
Oh, there we go. That brewery is the shit.
does that mean it's good or bad?
The shit means
No, that means it's good.
Okay.
If
Okay.
it's shit,
You're not
not
that
Guys. Hey, I've got a confession to make. I've been drinking lager this week.
Well,
you know, in the
actually,
heat, I had Corona and Coors
Oh,
Light,
that
which
kind
I've
of
never,
Coors Light.
I've never had Coors Light before.
Oh,
You
it
were
tastes
talking
like-
about
Light.
Coors
No,
Light.
seriously,
You're
do you
gonna
know
get
what?
kicked off
It
the
was,
guitar hour.
it
That
was
kind of
20.
talk.
It was
Fam, tastes
20.
like puddle pennies.
20 beers.
Puddle
20
pennies.
beers for a
What does that
tenner. I
mean?
was like, yeah.
That's mine.
Lager.
20 beers
Oh
for
my
a
So
tenner.
yeah. So sorry, Coors Light. I was
All
thinking.
credibility.
I just. Do you know what?
Coors
You know.
Light, Bud Light, Miller, like they all just taste like two
Do you know the
peas.
thing is though? Do you know what I was thinking is like this just shows how influenced by advertising we are. I was thinking, oh, if Claude Van Damme drinks it, he's really cool. I should try some.
I don't know if he's cool. He's strong and he's hard and he's like, he's
That's
agile,
cool in
but
my
he's not.
book. I mean, he's up like a snowy mountain. So
Did you watch the? This is completely off topic. Well, it's not really. But did you watch the Jean-Claude Van Damme that documentary thing where they followed him around for ages?
no.
Because they were making Bloodsport 2 and he didn't get the part, and it was like proper emotional scenes from JCVD. Is that right?
Do you
He
remember
was
that?
like proper angry that he didn't get in like Bloodsport 2. He was like, "This is my movie."
What was the advert he did for? It was a beer, wasn't it? Was
Coors
it
Light.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So he did that thing where what did he do? He did some kind of like scissor
Like the splits
Oh,
on a
in
mountain.
between. Yeah, was that real?
Not on the truck.
I think you can do
between
that.
two trucks or something.
Yeah.
He
Could
does
be.
that in kickboxing.
I know Rick Graham's a big fan, so that possibly
Okay.
suggests that he's real. You've lost man points now, Bronze. I guess we should get on with the show. So, what have we got here? News. Go on, keep playing some.
Yeah.
Tom on tour. I am off to Thailand, Singapore, and Manila next week.
Ooh.
Well, actually on Thursday of this coming week, which is next week. What am I
The
on about?
Far East. He's off to the Orient.
Yes,
Yeah.
should be fun. I've never been before, so that's going to be cool. I'm doing a clinic and masterclass tour for Laney. It's just 3 dates, but it should be a lot of fun. So if you're in Bangkok, or if you're in Singapore, or if you're in Manila, or if you're in the Philippines, or if you're in Thailand in general, come and say hello. It's going to be good fun. The one in Singapore is on the 1st of July. Not Singapore, sorry. The one in Bangkok is on the 1st of July. That is a masterclass for 2 hours. It's totally free, by the way. Masterclass for 2 hours. I'm also doing a little gig set and then jamming with loads of great guitar players from Thailand, so that's going to be awesome. Then on the 3rd, I'm in Singapore. That's a masterclass for 2.5 hours, just exclusive masterclass. And then the Manila one is on the 5th. Are you drinking beer out of your? That is. Does it taste different?
It tastes kind of woody.
That's amazing. I can't think why.
Sorry, carry on, Tom.
That's fine. Yeah, so if you're around that part of the world, come and say hello. And then I've got here written JK books are coming.
Yeah, they are definitely coming. We need to do
JK books are
the
coming.
set up there.
Why don't you explain one more time what that is, just in case anyone's not seen it
Indeed.
before.
So we've got, I think it's 4 copies of Jonathan Kreisberg's transcription book called Offerings of Note. And so I have two more on the way, and we're going to give them away. So Tom's going to do the competition thing, and it'll be on the linked on the Facebook page. So if you want to win a copy of one of those books, look out for the Facebook page tomorrow.
You're drinking beer out of
I'm going on tour.
Oh yeah, Dan on tour.
Boy.
I
Boys
actually
on
kind of
tour.
am. I'm playing in France for a week, starting Saturday. So I'm going to be playing Caveau de la Huchette, famous
Oh,
jazz
wow.
bar, famous jazz bar in Paris for the 3rd time.
Is that a solo set?
It is not a solo set.
That's Swing Commanders, obviously.
Yeah, Swing Commander stuff.
Okay, nice.
Great. I mean, it's a really cool building, but it's a
How long are you there?
shit to carry.
How long are you there?
It's about a week, a bit over a week.
All right.
But
So
we're in Paris. I think we're there 4 nights in a row, then going somewhere else, and then playing one more.
did you just sniff your guitar?
Yeah,
Does it smell of cheese?
yeah. It's got that bit of a whiff.
Cheddar.
Oven coal, you see. It stinks. If you don't believe me, go and sniff some. It stinks horribly. Okay,
I think it's quite nice actually.
so
I'm surprised you don't like it.
I do like it.
You do like? I thought you didn't. I think you just said you didn't like it.
No. I like the smell of cheese. Anyway, we're let's go on.
This is
So-
like the
It's all a bit
weirdest
loose
opening
women, isn't
to-
it, today.
It's the weirdest
Jesus,
opening
come
to a
back,
guitar hour ever.
We've got Ollie Murs on at the end. Stay tuned.
20 minutes. Well, we've not been live 20 minutes, but at least 10, and just jabbering on about. Like, are we actually live, or are we just having a chat down the pub?
Yeah.
Not that this is what we talk about down the pub. We don't talk about cheese, although we probably do talk about cheese. So, let's continue. Dan's challenge. Let's do the little
Challenge us, Dan.
transition. Before he does, let's do the transition. What's your challenge, Dan?
Right. So
I'm really scared about this.
no, it's fine. It's
No one's getting hurt.
No, nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's getting shot.
Like last week.
It's just more down to kind of semi-quick thinking. So this is a 1v1, and it's Tom, and because you're last, it's you now.
Okay.
Loser gets shocked. No, they don't. They don't.
You haven't brought your dog collar with you.
Loser gets
No,
it
no.
on 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
1v1.
I think if you did it on 100, I think you would trip your own electric. I think it'd look
Yeah,
like
and then when the
Storm
lights-
from X-Men.
when
You'd
the-
just be like,
When the lights came back on again, there'd just be a pile of ash in the seat where whoever was.
Okay.
So this is something I have stolen from Radio X podcast with Ellis James and John Robbins. Now it's going to sound terrible, but I promise you it
I wouldn't
might
promise
work.
anything if I were
It
you.
might
Come on.
work. I
You
promise you
promise
it'll
it
work.
might work.
50%
Bring
of
it
the time.
on. I'm game.
Shut up! I won't use this. Don't worry.
You
Still
can't
going.
use that.
Still going.
So what we're going to do is it's beta bet. So
Beat a bet.
beta bet like
B-
alphabet beta bet.
Okay.
Oh, right,
B-A-T or
like beta,
B-E-T-A?
as in like a
I
beat.
don't know.
B
that's not important.
E T
Anyway,
A. Come on, Dan.
B-E-T-A.
Tell us.
So what's going to happen is
Like a
one of you, I think Tom's going to do this first. So he's going to go. No, you're going to go into the soundproof booth.
Okay,
So he's going to put headphones on.
I'm on it.
What you've got to do is you've got a minute and a half, I think we'll say. Yeah,
BB can time.
say a
Yeah.
minute and a half. Bit
It's
dangerous.
your challenge, Dan.
And you've
How
got to
long
get
is it?
through. You got to get as far as you can through the alphabet on whatever the subject is.
Right.
So this, like, it's not going to be as difficult as this, but I didn't want to tell him before because I didn't want to give it away, and he can't hear it when I tell you because
Okay,
you're going to
okay,
do the
fine.
same one.
All right,
Except
go
I
on.
probably can.
So, for instance, if I said like Steve Vai riffs,
BB looks
and you
like
go
Chuck
A,
Norris.
right, answers, and then you play
Yeah,
it. B,
Oh,
ballerina. It's
Well,
not
that's-
that though. It's not as difficult as that.
All right.
So you got to get through the alphabet on the chosen topic, which I'm gonna
Right,
give
so
to you.
90 seconds.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, I'm
go.
going to
So,
listen. Do you
Tom's
know what I'm
going-
going to listen to? The Elba Triangle.
Oh.
This guy, he's gonna listen to his own merch.
Hey,
Hold
nothing
on,
wrong
hold
with
on.
that.
I'm not ready yet.
We're eating our own dog
I'm not
food
ready
tonight.
yet.
Bronzy and I. Tell me when.
Right. Okay. You ready? So as far as you can through the alphabet, you can have, let's say, 2 passes. So if you get to a letter and you can't think of anything, then you can just pass.
Okay.
So the subject is guitar techniques,
Okay.
or maybe like a concept if it's like a really tough letter.
I can't even think of one starting on A.
Artificial harmonics.
Oh yeah, artificial
See what I mean?
harmonics.
You can't have that one though.
Go.
Like literally stuck.
You can have that one if you're really stuck.
Come on, A. This is well hard. I'm having artificial harmonics.
Okay. B.
Dive bomb.
B.
Bomb.
Bomb dive.
I don't know. B. Barcodes.
Okay. Alright, stop
Okay.
enjoying yourself.
All right. Okay. C. Playing with the capo.
Alright.
D. Dive bomb. E.
You can have 2 passes.
E. Pass.
Alright. F.
F. Fast playing. G. Let's see. F, G. A.
A.
No. What? What's
You
the?
need some alphabet letters.
It's got like 20 seconds.
A, B, C, D, F, G, H.
Yeah.
Harmonics. I. Index finger. J.
10 seconds.
Joe Satriani.
5 seconds.
H-I-J. K. I don't know.
And stop.
That's really hard.
Is he done?
Yeah.
I saw lots of hilarity.
So there you go.
Was that as entertaining as you hoped for, Dan?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Just
It's
panicking.
probably trying to count
Basically,
the alphabet.
I
basically
presume I need a real guitar for this.
there's
not
like
that.
use of the whammy bar for almost every single answer.
Oh, that tells me
Right,
something about the game then.
so he's not here. So you can whatever answers you come up with is fine. You can use the same ones.
Okay.
Oh, do we even count? We don't even count. What did you get? What did you
K.
get up to? You got up to K.
No, we didn't get K.
I didn't
You
get
get
K.
K. And there was some very questionable, and you skipped D. So we'll count it up in a minute. We'll take the other ones as thing. Right. So you've got 90 seconds. There's no crystals are out involved. 90 seconds. Don't look at the chat because you get the answers.
Okay.
To get through the alphabet.
Yep.
And the topic is guitar techniques or like maybe like concepts if you get really stuck.
Okay.
So
Ready?
start for me. Ready? Go.
Go.
Alright. You have to say what they are.
All right, bending. Alternate picking, bending. C. Chords. D. Dive bomb. That's all E did.
Ready for B
E.
though?
Oh, I'm skipping E. I can't think of anything for E. F.
as well.
Flutter.
Oh.
G. G. A G chord? Can I do that? No.
That's what he did. So
What?
Okay. G. H. Hammer-ons.
Oh.
H. I. I. Index finger pluck. J. Jazz. That's a style though. Does that count?
I will let you have that.
J. K. K. I'm skipping K. L. Legato. L. What comes after L? M. Oh God.
Beauty.
What?
Don't help
What
me.
did you
Oh
say?
yeah,
What
no,
did you say?
nothing. I'm not telling you.
What kind of thing I do for M? I can only skip 2, right?
yeah.
Must be time now.
15 seconds.
Okay, so minims. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 seconds.
N.
Natural hammer.
Stop.
Oh, too late. Man, that's tough.
We got to
Did
N.
I win?
You win.
You won.
Yeah, you
By
won.
2 letters.
Bronzy got up to J.
Man, that might be
Although
the
there's
shortest
some-
challenge ever.
You got to B and said dive bomb.
Modes! Why didn't
Oh,
I?
modes.
C chromatic.
Oh,
What,
muting?
guys, what did you get?
Muting.
Muting.
Yeah.
Metal.
Is there anything for E?
Yeah, what did you get for E, guys?
Anyone got anything for E?
Futurist jazz from for
Okay.
Mr. Tadmat.
So that's a good challenge. Right, is there another challenge? Is that it for today?
That was it.
That was it. Okay,
Well,
nice
sweet,
challenge.
because we had a
That was
ridiculously boring opening chat.
I mean, that's
Thanks,
potentially
Dan, for
we could
saving
bring
us
that
some
one
time.
back and me and you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Someone else has to do it. Oh, economy picking.
Oh,
Very good, sir. Very good.
Oh, economy
Good.
picking.
Very good.
Econ Bomi picking. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Econ Bomi.
electric guitar.
By the way, we've not mentioned it. We always forget. Pole Jam. Not
Oh,
Pearl,
yeah.
not Pearl Jam. Pole Jam.
Maybe we should put like 5 Pearl Jam tracks in the Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah, good idea. Get voting,
Fuck,
chaps.
sweet.
Can somebody post that in the chat, please?
Belong.
Some kind, lovely person post that in the chat for us. That'd be great. Extended chords, euphoric sweep, EBO.
Ebo.
We know it's you, Matty. We know it's you. Extension. That's sort of like an EBO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
K is
Did we
kill
all
shots.
skip? Did people skip? We all skipped K.
Enharmonics.
What about Z? What can we have for Z? An
Um,
X.
Zappa,
Zappa. Just play Peaches on Regalia.
for example.
Uh,
Or anything
ooh.
off Flexible by Steve Vai.
N harmonic. Nice.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
so next we have our discussion. No, we don't. Yes, we do.
Or should we just play? Should we play something?
Let's
then?
play
Yeah, we
something.
should probably
Maybe-
play something.
maybe do-
That means that I
play-
get to use
play
this guitar.
and then do the discussion. So
Okay.
we've got people know.
The heat is getting to us. We are ragtag at the moment.
Yeah.
I have to. Right. Okay, guys. I'm going to
Alright.
put the backing track on. We're playing over this B minor rock thing.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
It's really easy. I'm going to use the U rock guitar. If that's alright with you guys.
This beer is improved by the mug, I've got to say.
Now, did you have to do anything to the inside? You don't have to like. You don't have to do anything
No,
to like
Just
seal
leave
it
it
or anything,
natural.
you just leave
Just
it.
leave it natural.
Au naturel.
Okay.
Although I don't know if I believe that from a man
Thanks,
who
Nick.
eats his food off the floor.
Nice.
Can you do the Zelda dungeon door opening?
How does it go again?
Oh, it's like an arpeggio thing, isn't it? I know Kurt Rosen could have done that.
It's
It's
not
like
like
a diminish thing. It's like.
That's not, is it?
No.
Right.
Would have been good. Anyway.
I can sort of hear it, but not quite. Not enough.
Okay. A bit less.
Oh. Yes, please. Oh, racing game music now. I'm picking the right one up.
Yeah.
Parrots.
Again. Am I still not loud enough? It's loud enough in the room, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I better turn up. Right, one more time. Woo! Should be able to hear the synth now.
I went from a Bobby like that, never happened. There we go. Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with a bit of jerking off, Chris. We're up front.
Oh, that was fun. Literally like being transported to Turbo Outrun. Remember that
Yeah,
game,
what we were saying,
Turbo
it's like-
Outrun, when you play?
Yeah, it's like Street Fighter 2.
Oh
Like
man, it's
Ken Hook at
amazing. Oh,
Guile stage as Kynes run.
that's good fun.
Phenomenal.
There's more tapping in that jam than there's ever been on the guitar before, I suspect.
Very likely, because I never tap. And very unusual for Dan to tap. as well.
I don't.
So what's the MIDI guitar then?
Oh yes, I'm supposed to tell you about this. This is a U-Rock Gen 2 guitar. I've got a different neck on it than the normal one. I've got what they call the radius neck, which is a much nicer neck to play. The strings feel more natural. You probably notice, guys, if I'm running it through Omnisphere, which is made by Spectrasonics, which means that you can do stuff like, let me find something really, really nice.
It's crazy to think that when Holdsworth was doing that stuff with the Syntax, that Syntax was like many thousands of pounds, isn't it?
Was it?
Oh yeah, man, it's super expensive, like £9,000, something like the
Yeah.
price of a house.
It's a house for £9,000.
Yeah, back in the day. It's great.
Sci-fi.
Oh, this.
it's got, if I just done really quickly, it's got insane tracking. So the reason it's insane tracking because you don't play it like a guitar.
Same track posse.
So I'm trying to find something that's not going to kill your ears.
It doesn't seem.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
That'll kill the headphone listeners.
Okay, so let me turn this down.
Just out of curiosity,
Okay.
what was the other neck? You said
The other
it's
neck
not-
is the horrible, like, really wide thing that comes with it.
Oh, okay.
This is called the radius neck. It's got a really nice.
It's a bit more real.
Yeah, it's a bit more real. The deal is, if you play this with the right hand, you are screwed. It's not going to work at all. You have to play it only with the left hand. So that you can play it with the right hand as well, but it tracks horribly. So in this way, you basically play it just with hammer-ons. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. It doesn't do slides very well. Oops. You know what that is?
It's not bad.
Where, you've got to press right down on the frets, right exactly on the frets.
No, if you just literally, this is why it's so good at tracking. You just touch.
Oh right, it looked like you're pressing right on the frets now.
However, it will punish poor technique if you don't play really clean.
Which is a tune to faults.
Yeah. But this will track faster than any MIDI guitar on the market.
Because I've got a Roland synth in it. There's no
It'll
way it
never do
tracks.
that.
It never tracks. It doesn't track as good as that.
This will do if you play properly. In fact, on my album, which is one of the tracks for the album, actually is going to come out fairly soon on a Lick Library DVD, which is kind of cool. That you guys can learn. I played the keyboard solo on this guitar, and it sounds pretty authentic.
Is it are they expensive?
No, it's a toy. It's designed for Guitar Hero. Seriously, it's designed for Guitar Hero as an input controller, and it's the world's worst synth as well. But if you plug it into your computer via USB, it's just a USB cable, and then use Omnisphere or any other kind of synth, it's just ridiculous.
Interesting.
I can't
So,
believe
yeah.
that other one. That Syntax was it $9,000?
It was. I don't know exactly. Somebody in the chat might be able to tell us, but
But was it
they
because
were
it was-
they were an insane amount of money. The
And you
like
synth.
had to learn,
high-end-
the frets were all the
high-end,
same distance apart.
Yeah.
You had to learn to play it as a new instrument.
Man.
basically.
Yeah.
Whereas
And it
this you
looked
can
like
just
a
play.
prop.
Should
didn't
we
make it into Fifth
whack
Element.
the chat back up? See
Oh
what's
yeah,
going
sorry guys.
See what's
I
going
can't
on
see, we
in
can't
the
see
chat.
Let's see, Final Fantasy. Yeah, sorry I played it so badly. It's quite hard to play on this guitar because anything you have to do with an octave movement where you would normally bar with the first finger, you can't do it.
Oh,
So you have to play it with a different finger, so it's really hard to play certain things on.
Unless you go like.
So yeah, you have to physically use a different finger for that note, which means that then you have to slide, and it doesn't do slides very well for two reasons. First of all, the strings are they're plastic and they're a bit sticky,
Right.
so when you slide, you get stuck on the string. And secondly, it doesn't trigger slides properly, so you don't normally
There's
play.
no
Okay.
MIDI conversion with the Europe guitar.
No, there's no MIDI. There's no MIDI conversion. It's pure MIDI.
Oh, see what you're saying.
It's not converting
Yeah, yeah.
audio to MIDI,
Yeah.
which is why it's
Just
so
is
fast.
MIDI. It's just like a. Yeah.
I'd take that one to Asia. You can play
Syntax
it.
was about
That's a good
Syntax
point,
was
Chris.
about 10k. So 10k back in 1988 or whenever they used to play that was the
Yeah.
price of a house back then.
Wow.
Man.
So they were expensive, man, and they sound really bad.
Well, they do and they don't. I mean, if you heard him play the Syntax with the wind controller, where he could get the breath,
Yeah.
that sounded incredible.
Have you seen what are they called? Is it an
EWI?
EWI? Yeah. How do those work? Because that's they
I don't know how
actually
they
blow
work.
into those.
Well,
It's-
no, I know how they work. You basically, it's like a piano. So the keys that you press down give you the notes, but the amount of
Oh,
breath
yeah.
that you push through
Is that the velocity
determines the
sort of
velocity.
thing? Right.
Oh, that's cool. Very
Yeah, with all your MIDI
Man,
stuff.
I know
look
loads
at
of
Dan.
stuff.
Look at
You do
Dan.
now.
I'd rather be a surprise than a disappointment.
Yeah, Ryan, I'll try and remember to put the link in the. Just look up you rock guitar. Literally, you rock guitar, and you'll find it.
Yeah.
They were talking about bringing out a professional one, which was a guitar shape as opposed to this little kidney bean thing. Although I quite like it. But yeah, just to show you really quickly. Last thing I'll show you on it. The whammy bar works.
That's cool.
How is the tracking of that compared to MIDI? The MIDI guitar plugin. That MIDI guitar plugin is astoundingly good, absolutely incredible, but a little more glitchy than this. This is, if you play well, this is totally and utterly flawless. It won't miss trigger notes. It will never do anything. You can hear as I'm playing it.
Because that's the thing with the Roland. even if your guitar's out of tune, sometimes it mistriggers notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
the plugin is really, really good. It will mistrigger though. It doesn't miss notes, but it will trigger notes that you didn't play. It's very, very good though. But this is only 215 quid, something like that. And if you want the extra neck, I think that's about 60 quid, 70 quid. So
there you go, folks.
well worth checking out. Right, we have a very interesting an expression pedal for. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We have a very interesting chat for you. Which who wants to introduce it?
So what's the topic name?
What did we
You
call
came
it?
up with it.
The topic name.
Electric guitars.
Yeah, Do Robots Dream of Electric Guitars, which is obviously
A
homage
reference to Blade Runner.
to Blade
and
Runner.
To
Yeah.
Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep.
Yeah.
So you know the debate around you know, if you play a lot of notes there's no feel, and there's a lot of guitarists who get into the whole feel argument. So this is sort of in that, but we were chatting about it when we had a curry and thought it was a slightly different angle on the whole kind of topic.
It sort of came out about because
I was arguing with Tom about.
We've had that argument before.
us arguing.
A long time ago, though.
Who'd have thought it?
It didn't end well.
Well, it's. Hang on a second. Where's the notes?
Get your notes, BB.
Yeah.
There
Right.
aren't many notes.
BB with the weather.
All the notes.
There's two parts to it.
Noises.
There's two parts to it, aren't there? There's the thing of could a robot ever play a solo on any instrument that was as emotive and as good as a human being
So
could
you were
play?
saying if you had two recordings of the same sonic information, one
Yeah.
played by a human and one played by a robot, tell the difference.
Yes, that's part of the crux of it, but there's more to it. And then the other part, and we'll address these separately. If the other part is if Dan played, it'll come back. I hope it's not coming back, is it?
Are we frozen forever?
We have been frozen.
Can you let us know?
Hey!
There we
Sorry
go.
about that.
I don't know what's going on.
There's a weird thing happening with the streaming software that we use. It started last week and it started freezing for some reason. Don't know why. Sorry.
So
Hopefully you can still hear us. We haven't done the questions yet. So the other part is, if Dan, for instance, played one of Dave's songs, say for instance
the Kai Rohan song. So Kai's my son, and when he was born about 3 in the morning. I drove home and I had a melody in my head and I composed the song through what was left of the night and finished it and then went to bed, and it's a
Which is amazing.
really, really kind of emotive song.
So
yeah, I
an
was just.
album.
I mean, from an absolute cold hard Vulcan science thing.
nothing wrong with that, Dan. Nothing
I'm
wrong
not
with
saying
that.
there is. I'm not saying there is. If you were just going in terms of results and no effect, then you probably could.
Could what?
Like if
Play the song
I could-
Kai,
if I
you could
spent
play the notes.
ages
Okay.
Yeah.
just to play the notes, but to get up on stage and put it across to people, I don't think it would be the same.
So what we were saying, I'm not sure if that came across, is that if Dan, or if any of us played that song, Dan was the guy in question when we were eating, but could Dan ever play that song with the same emotive content as Dave could, because Dave wrote it for his son in such an emotional part of his life?
Yeah.
And I'm literally just coming at it going, oh, it's 7th fret on the B or whatever.
So then the extension of that, which is what we're going to talk about as well,
It's
is
going to get ugly, isn't
is
it? I
could-
can see
could
you all
there be,
getting.
like let me put my premise to you that I've put to you before, and then
Okay.
see what you guys think of it.
Okay.
This is the ultimate premise of this. I postulate or hypothesize that you could have a robot in the future, not now, that was sufficiently well programmed with data of all of the particular rhythmic and melodic and harmonic information that human beings respond to. So this note happens at this time, it's played with this nuance, and it elicits this emotional response in a human being. Now, should you feed the computer with enough data, it could play the
I've just got
perfect.
the image of the Bat computer from like the Adam West Batman now.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dot matrix printer. It could play, the computer, given enough information, could play a more emotive and better solo than any human being could, because it could play the perfect solo, because it would know every single element that would elicit the correct emotional response. Either for a
what
particular
constitutes the
individual.
perfect solo though?
And,
Like,
and
emotive
how would you
response is
how would
subjective
you
as well.
how would
Well,
he
that-
know
that's-
what
That
the
brings me to my point with this, in that you need to define like what is like emotional content. You know, what is an emotion? You know, and that different people
Well,
will have different.
I'm
responses
sure this
to
is
that.
in some like sci-fi film where they go, "This is like the most." Oh, what is it? I'll tell you what it is. It might be Demolition Man again.
Oh,
Wow.
second time.
Because when he
Demolition
gets
Man.
given, is it Demolition Man? Where he gets given
It
like this
teaches you a
knitting,
lot
he gets
of
this
things, doesn't
knitting
it?
stuff, and it's like this is based on all your data, what you're most like, you know, you're most suited to doing. And he's like Sylvester
Knitting.
Stallone, and he gets this knitting thing. But I'm sure there's something else where it's like this is considered scientifically the most beautiful thing in the world, and it's just this mad, whatever. But it's literally just.
But there,
I
there, must
wonder
be,
if
there
it's
must
zero.
be some universal things, because, for instance, most people, not everybody, but most people, when they hear Jeff Beck play Somewhere Over the Rainbow, have, or if they listen to Eric Gales play, what is it about? I'm not trying to figure out what it is about Eric Gales' playing, but
Do
we
you
all
get the
agree.
same thing by just listening
Yes.
or by watching him?
No. Well, but watching enhances it. But
Right.
I think we're moving off topic, because we all agree that there is something about certain people's playing that elicits an emotive response in the majority of guitar players. Now, all I'm saying is you don't need to figure out what that is yet. All I'm saying is it's a thought experiment. Should you be able to figure out what that is and program it into a
If you
computer?
could bottle beauty,
Yeah, and it's, I mean, come on. All it is really, and I'm being hard cold Vulcan, it's chemical reactions happening in the brain from audio waveforms entering the ears. There's nothing else going on.
oh man, it
There's nothing-
sounds
there's
so
nothing-
sexy when you say it like that.
Well, that's all it is. There's nothing magical going on there.
Oh, I'm
at
not
all.
saying there is.
So, therefore, if you could figure out what those parameters are in a computer,
But surely
you could
those
make a
those
computer
triggers
recreate
are
it.
made up by people's experiences over a great amount of time. So you could maybe like data sort of a solo for one guy.
Well, yeah, but no,
Okay, okay, can-
because the majority of the audience, when they listen to Eric Gales play, or they listen to Jeff Beck play Somewhere Over the Rainbow, they get a very similar, if not identical, response. They get a very similar response.
But they're at
Okay,
Eric
do you
Gales
guys
show, so
do you
they're
guys
probably
think you could
fans.
play, because the Kai Rohan song is not a hard song to play? Do you guys think you could play it better than me then?
No, it's
You
not,
sound so aggressive.
it's not about better, is it?
Okay.
No,
Do you think you
it's-
could play it? Because I mean, when you think about classical musicians,
Tom's Vulcan outlook.
they interpret the written music, and they've been doing that for hundreds of years now. And some classical musicians could arguably play stuff by Chopin better than Chopin ever could, because of the technical element and the way things have progressed. and
Stelios,
the-
you know how I feel about
What I took from this was not about. I heard Dan saying that he couldn't play it the same, so it would be distinguishable. Whereas I don't know whether that's right or not.
I just wondered, would it sound or feel different to a listener if you put them next to each other? So in this
that.
case,
No,
I'm the
no,
robot.
I don't think so.
But
I don't think
here's
no
what
one
I
would
think. Here's
Like,
what I
it took me
think.
a long time.
This
to
is
get
how
the
I
nuance.
think this works. This is how I think this works, right? Imagine you're at an airport and you see two strangers meeting, okay, and you don't know the context. Maybe, and to you, they're just two strangers meeting and you don't care, but maybe this was, a husband had gone to war and the wife had not seen him for 6 months and he'd survived a horrific accident meet. Like, if you knew that information, that meeting of people would take on massive extra significance because you know the context. Maybe for the listener, if they know it's a song about my son, sorry about that, guys. If they know it's a song about my
Does anyone hear
son
a mouse?
and they know the story about how it's written, maybe for the listener it would take on more emotional significance
Now,
if
here's
I
an
played
interesting
it.
thing.
You're on the
I'm
based on
gonna
a true story thing now, aren't you? Like at the
I'm
beginning
going
of the
to
film.
completely destroy that now.
Go on.
Because if he stood up on stage and told them exactly the same story, but it wasn't true, it was
They'd
about
go,
your son. but
he's
he
too
said-
young to have
he
children,
said
look at his
it's-
face.
Let's say he was old. Let's say he wasn't 13, and he told them the story. Or if I did it and I told them the story, why would they have any less of a? The truth of the story is completely irrelevant as to whether it's just how does it relate to them. So you've set up a scenario where they have an emotional response that you've given to them, and whether it's true or not is irrelevant. So that's a good argument actually to state that the computer could make you feel something, whether it was true or not, or whether you could be.
Does it not go the opposite way to that argument though? Because you're saying if you put the numbers in and create this perfect, beautiful solo, but you're saying by doing that, you're giving it context, which makes it more beautiful.
But would
whereas
the
other thing
robot?
doesn't have context?
But
it's
would
just
you not
numbers.
have to feed the robot the same story though?
That's what I'm
Because the
saying.
reason I play it really emotionally is because when I'm playing it, it's connected to my memories of the birth, how traumatic it was, the
Well,
fact
what
that
does, what
joy.
does really emotionally mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What
But-
does really emotionally mean?
Because for me, it'd take on more significance. So maybe that come through in the playing, in a way that it wouldn't for you. I think that's what Dan's
For you it
saying.
would. For you it would. But
And
unless
therefore-
you told them, let's take the story out of the equation because that's not music. Okay?
Yeah,
Let's equalise the playing field here. So you have to take the story out of the equation. You can't say to them, "This is." I mean, you obviously would on a gig because it's important. But you can't say, "This is a song I wrote. It's about peace and love and good happiness stuff." You can't say that. So you just play it, and he just plays it, and the computer just plays it. Well, with the computer given enough information, not about what the scenario is, the computer doesn't care. It just requires the parameters of what makes this particular bend at this point. Maybe if it's ever so slightly out of tune in the third, like, where so that you get this weird beat, you know, when you tune a note
Yeah.
together, that elicits a certain emotional response. The computer knows that, and so it does it, and it can do it perfectly every single time.
Could we agree on this then? That
Probably not.
I'll tell you what. I one thing I find really hard is to play well if I'm not in the zone emotionally. Like I very much play the way I feel, and it's the same on the guitar. If I come on the guitar and I'm tired and cheesed off,
Yeah.
I usually sound rubbish. If I'm feeling upbeat and happy, then that comes through. Like for me, emotional, the story of the song, because I write the music, is really important, and I channel the story when I'm playing. I'm thinking of the story, I'm thinking of the shape of the song, I'm thinking of imagery as I play. For that, me, that's really important. Is that important for you guys?
No.
Do you think no? So that
Do you-
No, I
do
don't
you
mean
think-
it's,
do you
I don't mean it's
think-
not important. I mean, I don't do that when I play.
okay.
Like if on this side of the fence, emotion has no place in music or guitar playing.
What?
Do you
That's
think
not
you're-
true.
Do you think you would have
What a slanderous
composed? Do
statement.
you think you would have composed any of your music without what you have on the inside?
My-
where Tom has
How
an
dare
empty
you.
safe.
I would be incapable
Okay,
of.
I know, I
I'm gonna.
I'd be
I'll quote
incapable.
the-
No,
But you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You probably
I'd be
wouldn't have-
incapable of writing music if there wasn't a story to it. Otherwise,
Right.
it'd just sound like a demo for a magazine, and that would
Okay.
not have.
What? I don't believe that.
Okay,
for a
I'm
second.
gonna. Can I say something?
Yeah, man, go for
Okay. All right. Thanks. Well,
That's enough. That's you've said enough now, BB. Stop.
I'm gonna say a few things that might upset you, but I hope they don't, because
I hope
I've,
they do.
I've stressed many times how much I love that particular tune, but I would hazard that we already know how to manipulate people with music and their emotions on a very sort of simple level. So we can easily manipulate people with simple pop music, and we can
I will-
routinely and almost predictably do that, especially to people that may
demonstrate.
not be as learned in music.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite. I think that's fairly undisputed. Now that particular tune, I would say, is perhaps the least involved harmonically on the
Yeah.
record. It might be the
Simplest
most
song.
Simply now, and that does and that triggers those simple kind of feelings to me, and it's amazing. It's great, but there is something that you can then calculate and bottle there.
Yes.
You could now it's call it cynical, call it you're wrong, you shouldn't do
Vulgar.
it, or call it quail. But
Oh!
there's no
Oi,
way there.
I don't know who's on whose side.
that
of it.
wasn't
What's with all
even-
the slander this evening?
That wasn't even a slant. No, but what you could do is you could cynically rewrite Kai Han and
All right,
or
brilliant.
something similar and elicit very similar responses. Perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. It's to me.
Could you
I
not say
guess.
that about
I
anything
guess.
if
Can,
you
can, I,
reduce
can I
everything?
prove that point to a small extent?
Are you going to play this tritone again?
No, what
Okay.
tritone?
Go on.
If there are certain musical devices that immediately elicit certain responses within people, guaranteed. So certain chord progressions will elicit certain responses. So if you just play like you are having an emotional response at this point in reaction to these chords that is very well defined. They sound melancholy. Now, if I was to write a song based around those two chords and to write an emotive melody, am I really being emotive? Because I could convince you, if I wrote a melody and played it well enough, based around, especially when it goes to. I can't loop unfortunately, but especially when it goes to. Can you play Can you play those two chords? You know what they are, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you play an F minor 6? And just loop them around.
C major.
C major. It's just a C major triad and F minor 6.
Yeah.
When I go to the flat 3 on the F minor chord, so if you just play them like. Oh, I'm way louder than you. Right, if I put a load of delay on.
Yeah, the delay is important in the emotional scheme
It is,
of
it's very
things.
important. Right, if I go. Yeah, right. So you're right. So it has a very specific emotional response that is not. There's less. I think there's less to this than people think there is.
I think perhaps there is, but when I write music, I
say,
really
like-
resist going, oh.
that you're reaching.
If I want to create the kind of flying through the clouds thing, I'll just pull the Lydian scale off the thing and shove 2 chords off the shelf. Like that, feels like cheesy. So that's where sometimes my lack of knowledge comes to think. Because I discover something, I think, oh, that's really ace and that's really magical. Yeah, of course I can pull certain things off the shelf, but I resist that, and that's perhaps why it takes me so long to write an album, because I'm always looking for something that just isn't. If I do this, it equals this.
But are you not doing it without realising it then?
Again,
You're
this
still
is
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Maybe I am,
You're
but
still
sometimes I
doing
come up with a
something
thing
you
that's
don't
kind of
realise it.
surprising, and I think, oh,
Putting the limb down.
that's really nice. But it's not often where I think, oh, if I just go from,
But there's a very
minus
good
six-
chance you could then go and find what that is called, that device that you use.
Oh
is
yeah,
called.
and the way I've learned almost all my theory is back to front, where I go,
Yeah.
oh, what's that sound? And I go, oh, it's Mixolydian flat 6.
Don't start that again.
And yeah, so yeah, so there you go.
But the thing is this not all like you were saying about just getting back to the
Big
old?
Dave. Tom is the robot in question here. Lol.
But getting back to the kind of the whole kind of like supreme being robot that can deliver the perfect solo or whatever. All the stuff we're talking about is like specific conventions that it just so happens that we share because we're nerds.
And,
But
West,
not
and
everyone's
Western
gonna
music as well.
Yeah, not everyone's going to share that. Like,
No. You
Yeah.
can't take the debate that far. You can't say because.
but you're
you
talking
can't
about an
say-
all-encompassing perfect
no,
robot solo.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Western music. You can't have this debate and say, here's a computer that anybody in the world, it could, because I'm talking about inputting parameters. So in order for it to be able to do that to anyone else, it would have to understand all of the parameters. Again, I don't see why you couldn't do that, because you would just need the specific number of parameters. And they are huge.
So how long till we're out of a job then?
Well,
I'm out of a job.
Everyone will be out of a
Well,
job
everyone,
in 50
yeah.
years.
Yeah, AI, everything.
Oh,
everyone's
that's
out
good
of a
to
job.
know. All right, on that bombshell, we should probably
Singularity.
end.
I think people, again, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, I would imagine. I think people overestimate the amount of control they have over their emotional content. We don't even know what emotion means. Most people have very different definitions of it.
If-
The amount of emotional content within their playing, and they also underestimate the ability for this to all be parameterized so that you can then recreate it. Well, I'm not talking about
But
banding
I've
a box
got
here.
an
I'm
argument.
talking about a much more sophisticated computer system in the future.
Are we talking as well then? If it's so easy, how come
It's not easy.
if it's
massive.
no,
It's
well, no,
very,
but
very
how
difficult.
come we can't just go out and write a hit song? Like, well, how come we
People
can't
do
just
though,
go
don't
over
they?
and
There's been
People do,
Howard
but
And just,
That's-
like,
that's
right
a
there.
game. That's a numbers game. That's all that is. Because
There's an
because
industry of that.
people, like
You know,
I've
why-
got friends who
why have I not written Eleanor Rigby by the
I
Beatles?
write
you
with
know?
I'm not sorry. I work with a guy who comes around every week or 2 weeks who writes killer, amazing pop songs, but it's a numbers game. So you know,
And that's
it's just a game of chance.
Well, in that
And
case, that.
But that's not
the
classic.
song-
I mean,
the
I mean,
song
like
is not as
Bohemian
important.
Rhapsody.
That's a
Like, how
different-
come we can't just go out and write Bohemian
is not
Rhapsody?
no, but that's not. There's nothing to do with emotion.
But there is.
That's a different argument. That's to do with...
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm trying to establish. Is that's
Yes,
not
it's
the
a different
argument you're making.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm not talking
You know,
about genius in terms of...
Like the Fifth Symphony,
but-
could we
No,
just go out
no,
and
no,
write
I'm not talking
Beethoven's
about that.
Fifth Symphony?
I'm talking about very specific parameters that elicit an emotional response within the listener, guaranteed over and over and over again,
Okay.
until they get too used to it.
Would
Because
the
again,
parameters potentially change, like literally as every bit of time went on?
Yes.
Because say
They'd
there was a
have to.
certain chord progression, like the chord progression you played before, is in a Tom Odell song that was used on a John Lewis Christmas advert, which everyone sees. So now that is etched into everyone who saw that advert for that Christmas.
Yeah, but it depends how. I think it depends on how much you are exposed
Like for
to it.
instance,
So
this. If
you-
I do this, that's 2 chords, but everyone knows what that song is. I say
Yes.
everyone, but like if other stuff comes out that is that culturally
But-
groundbreaking or
There-
whatever,
there's a
that in
difference.
people's
There's a
faces.
difference between recognising it because you've heard it once or twice,
Yeah.
and being so exposed to it that you've become
Desensitized.
desensitized to it, so that it no longer has the same impact. And it's the same thing as you listening to, you know, the Passion and Warfare for the first time and the 2000th time. So eventually you just lose the interest and the kind of feelings that it elicited to you. Like Under a Glass Moon doesn't elicit the same feelings it did before. But most people, and I'm not, I think we're framing this debate in terms of educated guitar players. I'm not. I'm framing this in terms of the average listener who goes and buys the album they're told to buy from.
I'm literally thinking of
iTunes every
a
month,
Family
yeah.
Fortune style, 100 people in a room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
am I. Yeah, right. So
And I'm still
so
saying
those
that
people,
it wouldn't tick everyone's
and not
box.
in a derogatory term, by the way. Not in a derogatory manner, by the way, guys. I want to make that really clear. But some people just listen to
Could we-
music.
It's
they don't-
really
Could we-
interesting though. If we take one through this debate, is how different our motivation is. What we get out of making music. Like it seems like.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure that we get.
Well, in
different
terms
things out
of a
making it.
process, in terms
Yeah.
of like the way we come at it. Like one thing that you three can do that I'm not so good at is that you already have so much theoretical knowledge. You can pull. You have so much more firepower at your disposal. Things that I'm working towards, obviously, and so I have to come in at something that resonates emotionally because that's my starting point because I don't yet know the names for everything, if you know what I mean. So
I find that interesting actually because BB should talk.
Go on.
That was like a 5 sigh.
A what?
Just
A 5 sigh.
why would not knowing the name or knowing the name change the emotional response?
because I'm like rooting around to try and, for me,
I don't
like
think-
when
I
I'm
don't- I think
when I'm
you-
writing, it's more
I
like
don't
it's
think
like
that's the same
it's
thing.
like archaeology. It's like I've seen the tail of the dinosaur. I'm brushing away to see what comes out, and to me, it's like a bit of a surprise. And then eventually, I go back. Like on the first album, I learned that I did loads of chromatic MIDI and stuff. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just know I'd heard it somehow, and then absorbed it and done it on the album. There's some slightly sophisticated harmony on there that I didn't know what it was. I just thought, oh, that's a thing. That's the kind of sound I want. Whereas you guys could have gone, oh well, what we need here is a chromatic median, whatever, blah, shove it in, and I had to go. Right, is it this? No, it's not that. Is it this? No, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's that. Oh, that's good. What? I don't know what that is, but that's good. So sorry, that was.
I think I understand. Yeah, I understand. I see what you were saying. It's a different.
Yeah, like you were kind of. It sounded like you were doing the Steve Lukather Angry Man thing of like,
Yeah.
don't you just don't want to learn theory because because you like the note G or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Have you got anything to add?
We're rocking up on time, so.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Right.
Baby's angry. Okay.
Maybe hasn't had a chance to get angry.
You need a honk. It's BB's turn. We need a BB horn.
Sorry. It's the usual thing happens. Me and Tom get carried away, talk too
That is
much.
so true. Right. What have you been voting on? Let's have a look.
I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Food for thought.
Once again, we came to no conclusion.
Yes.
It's not about the conclusion, is it?
Once again, we've learned.
Neo Soul track.
Great.
This is Lucas, I think.
Oh, what?
That means I don't even know what the other options were.
To find your ideal hotel.
Excuse me, Travago.
Oh yeah, the Trivago.
We don't want to get
adverts.
this video banned. Excuse the advert, chaps. Right, yeah. Do we want to hear? Let's hear Luca play over this briefly. So this goes from F minor to C major. Now it is a little strange because it goes to F minor before you think it's going to go.
Oh.
But so it goes half a bar early. It's like a little choir.
What are you going from?
So what is it? F minor C major.
F minor to C major. This is really popular at the moment, isn't it? So Luca Mantovani. Woo! Go on.
So can you do F Dorian, C Lydian somehow?
Yeah. Who's first?
Not me.
You.
Alright, it's not so hard to play. It's about captain.
Double slot speakers also.
Isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah. We'll just do one more each.
go.
Oh, Goonies at the end.
Right.
Goonies.
BB's taking the last one. No, Luke is taking the last one. No questions tonight, James. It's too hot.
Ooh, that's a woody tone, that.
Thanks, Chris.
I think you're fading it out.
Oh, am I supposed to be fading it out? I don't know, am I?
Yeah, fade it out.
Yeah, it's just two chords over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, cool. Right, do we want to do any questions or is it too hot? Should we just play the theme tune?
Somebody,
Can't-
just something to tie in between that and what someone asked. Someone asked about triad pairs. My mate Mikey Parkey said when he plays kind of neo-soul-y, gospel-y,
Yeah.
new hip stuff, he finds like triad pairs in the chord voicings in order to kind of do all that, that chordy stuff that they do.
Right.
So like if you had, let me think of a way of doing it. They had F minor, so like, so what was it? So I was counting that as a 2, then you
Yeah.
got, so anywhere you can find G minor and F minor, kind of play around with that, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I was doing the same thing with D minor and C major to lead into a one chord if you play.
Was that the other week?
Yeah,
Yeah,
D minor,
yeah.
C major, D minor, C major, D minor, D minor, and then on C major.
All that kind of stuff.
All
I'll just take a,
Are you going to play the outro theme on that?
Why not?
Come on then.
It's
Do
alright,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
we need another bronze, even the odds.
Bronze. There's only big room for one bronze.
There's
in
only
this
one
world.
bronze.
I
Yeah,
think next week Bronzy can play the synth guitar.
yeah, all right then. I'll do
Because it
that.
needs setting up for him.
Lower the action.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it theme time?
Theme time.
That's have.
Not yet, not yet.
Whoa, whoa. Solo on the synth, yeah?
Okay.
Solo synth.
Right, guys. Do I want like an EDM filth sound here, or what shall I go for?
I want Ottawa.
Hold on.
You got Ottawa. Oh.
Whoa.
This is potentially.
This is killing people's ears.
Yeah.
Who's buzzing? Is it me?
It's me, I think. Although I shouldn't be buzzing, but
That'll do, won't it?
that's so bad.
That's why we'll use it.
Come on then, here we go.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Wow. Right. We will see you next time, guys.
See you next
As
time.
usual. My mouse has died. Not that. As usual. Ah!
It's not next week.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh yes, not next
next
week. Let me
week.
sit down a second. Not next week because I'm in Thailand.
And I'm in France.
So the week after, maybe? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, week after.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll be there.
All right, guys. As usual, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/The Guitar Hour. Like us on Facebook, and you can buy T-shirts at theguitarhour.com.
That's modelled by the beautiful bronze.
Great, actually. Really good.
DBs.
Although I think
What
it's
do you
obvious
think?
that you guys are
Douchebags.
right. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for watching,
Bye.
guys.
Cheers, guys.
So hot. Send help.